everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have an offense that keeps itself on the field. The Vikings are top 10 in converting on third down, and they'll be up against a Packers defense that wants to make quick stops.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Cohen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 63 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Cook, able to fight through one tackle. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cohen. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Back to throw. Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Looking to throw. Cohen. Now he's forced out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. watching now, Barney. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit. Let's go. Check. Green 39. Gone.
On second down, there's the option going left. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Green 39.
From the gun, Cohen. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Back to the ground, Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Play action. Cohen. Now he's flushed out left. Runs through the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Here we go now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he's got it up and through. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They go play action. Cousins. The left side throw complete to Adams. goes. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot. You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on second down. Cohen. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, here we go. Leopard!
Operating from the gun. Cohen. And he will find his man on the outside. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Second down, Cousins. Caught here by Conley. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. Cousins now. James has got it. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Shrugs him off. And all the way inside. inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. An update from Buffalo. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. On 1st and 10, Cohen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is knocked down from the side. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 1st down, Cohen. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here we go.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They come out here in the eye. They try again with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and we've seemingly lost communication with Larry. Good news, though, both teams somehow already back on the field and ready for the 3rd quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
On first down, they go option to the right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. On second down, Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and a mile. From the gun, Cohen. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on third and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Cousins now on second down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's third and short.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
On third and 1, here's Cousins. And Adams has it complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Cousins again. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 40, 20, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A first down throw for Cousins. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard at the 46. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Let's go. Green 39. Green.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And some room to work. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, here we go now. Watch him now, Barney.
Left side, Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds.
Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Second down following the run. Back to throw. Cohen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll let their wide receiver take this one. It's Diggs. And some room to maneuver. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The play was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Cohen looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle, but he will not make it into the end zone. He stops short. And that might spell an end to their chances as this stays a 3-score game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Throwing to start the drive. Cohen. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Throwing on third and long. Cohen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this is going to carry well in. The end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Play action now. Cousins. And Allen coughed it up, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Cousins to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo. The Bills, they are just continuing to pour it on. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
To throw is Cousins. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They run it again with Cook. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the defense searches for 1 more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go now.
To throw on 3rd down, Cohen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo. The Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. They go play action here on 1st down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. One last shot now for Cousins. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth.